Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss any of these updates. What I'm going to take you through here is my perspective on where we are right now, because I am getting a lot of messages. I'm going to make this fairly quick. What I would say is things definitely look a lot more positive this morning than they did yesterday anyway. We have broken through some important levels. We're not fully out of the downtrend yet, but I will talk you through that and just the levels that I am watching. As well as that, look, I'm going to show you the technical side. There is also the fundamentals, the manipulation, all of that type of stuff out there as well. But for me, long term, I still remain as bullish as ever on ADA and Bitcoin and the whole crypto space. So let's take a look here. What you can see is the ADA USD chart up here. You can see the downtrend line that I would have shown on Friday's live stream. You can see the reason that I have this one is the high up here at 247. This is the points that we intersected along here. And then after the major dip last week and the major crash last week and then the push back up through it here, we never held it any time until this morning. So overnight or early morning, we broke up through it here, hitting a bit of resistance now at the minute, but I'll talk about that in a second. And you can see things definitely look a lot more positive. When I closed out the live stream on Friday, I think we were somewhere around $1.50. We talked about that we may see lower levels. Didn't quite think we'd come down this low, but we got a really strong bounce yesterday when we did hit these types of levels. So right now, not looking too bad. Now, if you want to see, you will see some people will change what this line looks like, and you can see this is another trend line that you may see here. Starting at the same top point, but after we got the rebound from the very bottom, you can see this is the top point. So again, it would be just moving this line out to here. And if you look at that, that really does line up with what's going on right now, with a bit of a rejection of this resistance right now. But for me, what's more important than even these types of levels is looking here. If you look at, we're up here. This is the high. Let's change the color on that. This is the high up here. When we come down, we come back up. This was a lower high. And then again, down, up. This was a lower high. These highs are all lower than what's up above it. Again, all the way down and come back up here. Again, when you get such wicks like this, this one here is lower than this. We did briefly break above here, but I'm still going to consider this a lower high than the point up here. This one here was just kind of craziness, manipulation going on in the market. Pulled all the way down. Back up then you have lower highs in again here. As we pull down and coming back up, right now if we got rejected here, this would be a lower high than this point here, and I would consider us still in the downtrend until we set a new high up here. So we need to set a high up here above this point here. So the point is around $1.60. So we need to break $1.60 and hold above that to break this, I suppose, this trend of higher lows every time, or lower highs every time we're coming down. You also have on the opposite side, you have the lows here. Then when you come back down, this is a low here. Then down here, obviously this is the crazy wick, so we will ignore this. So the next one would be this low here. Then you have a low here. Again, a lower low down here. So again, the market is stepping down all the time. So we need to break out of that cycle, and 160 for me would break out of that. So if you look at the BTC USD chart, it's a very similar chart. Right now, a lot of coins are following Bitcoin, and lots of other altcoins out there are really suffering right now. Cardano is, for me, holding up very, very strongly against what we're seeing in the markets. It's generally holding pace with Bitcoin, or even outpacing it for a lot of the time. So overall, from the high that we seen, 2 weeks ago or so, the high of 5,000 sats, we really are holding very strong against Bitcoin. When you look at this chart compared to other coins, I'll do that on other videos later in the week that will be a bit longer. We are holding extremely strong in the ADA BTC chart. So looking here to reclaim 4,200 sats is the target on this side. Even in both of these dips, the 3,200 sats level held very strong. Again, this was the crazy wick down. This one here didn't actually touch down at this level before getting the bounce and looking for 4,200 sats. Now, on the BTC chart, once again, if you go through this, you would see that we have the same pattern as I showed on the ADA USD chart with the high up here. So you have the high here, then you have the lower high here, lower high, lower high, then you have the major wicks here, but then this is your lower high, lower highs, same thing, lower high. And once again on Bitcoin, we've broken out of the first downtrend line that you look there, but once again, if you readjust them, you can readjust these lines to look like anything you want, but you cannot readjust what the lower highs are. So right now we're looking on Bitcoin, we need to get above $39,000 to break out of this cycle once again of the market stepping down. So break 39,000 and hold above that. They are the two critical levels that I'm personally watching on Bitcoin and the ADA USD price. Once again, I'm not selling to, even if this turns down, what I would be looking at is looking to see, do we set the low from this breakdown here would be above $31,000. If we do, then that would break the cycle of the, I suppose, the lower lows on the way down. You want to be setting higher lows. So if this comes down and sets a higher low in around here and then comes up again, that is all breaking the cycle that we're in right now. It's going to be a very interesting week. I will be watching fairly closely. Lots of things going on behind the scenes as well. Talking to a few different projects that are building on the Cardano ecosystem this week. Also putting hopefully the final touches to version 1 of the website that we are building that will be tracking all of these projects. So hopefully by next weekend or early next week, version 1 of that will be live for you guys to check out and give feedback on, as it will be an evolving project as time goes on. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give the video a like. If you think others can benefit from it, please do share it out there or leave a comment, whatever you guys want to do. I really appreciate it. Talk to you soon.